I have been watching a lot of amazing movies I've never seen before, and this one is no exception. It's Fargo. I was so excited when I saw the start of this film. It said it was based on true events, and I thought, great! It's like I can do a week with The Great Escape and Fargo. They're both based on true events. This is a great theme for this week. And then I found out it's actually not based on true events. They put that at the start of the movie to trick people into believing things or being more forgiving of the story, because that's what happens when you think it's true events. And I think it was a dirty trick, but I still watched it and I still enjoyed it. I can't believe how long it took me to watch this movie. I remember it coming out in 1996. I remember there being huge hype about it, everyone talking about it. There's even a TV show based on the story, but for whatever reason, I didn't buy into the hype. Maybe, sometimes when people talk about something too much or make it seem too good, you kind of lose interest. That happens to me. I don't know if that happens to you or not. And I just let this movie pass me by, and I'm sorry that I did. I really, really enjoyed it. It was a great, great film. I can't say enough good things about this film. The Coen brothers did an amazing job. Right from the opening conversation, your interest is piqued. You've got this guy coming into the bar. Steve Buscemi is playing one of the criminals. They're having such an interesting conversation. This man's talking about kidnapping his wife, and he won't say why or what he needs the money for, and it's so shady and suspicious. Ping! I want to know what's going on. And the next thing that I really, really loved about the film, when I still thought it was a true story, I love the idea of Margie and her husband being real people. I know that even if it was a true story, the specifics about the characters probably wouldn't have been true, but just him designing the painting and having to go on a stamp, and the way that he forces her to make breakfast, and she's very, very pregnant but still working as a police officer and doing such a good job, and their accents are just on point. I was so sad to find out that they weren't real people, but they made the movie for me. And also Steve Buscemi does an amazing job. William H. Macy, all these performances, all these characters, just the hilarity of all the characters and how they work together makes it such an interesting movie. And the story isn't crazy or off the wall, but it's crazy enough and off the wall enough that I really enjoyed it. Two other things that really pulled me into this movie was the fact that these kidnappers were so dumb. They got pulled over because they were too lazy to put a temporary plate on their car. These details are important. You need to make sure there's not some stupid reason to be pulled over, and not having a license plate on your car or a temporary sticker is a stupid thing to be pulled over for. And then their solution to that problem is to kill the state trooper. Going to jail or getting caught kidnapping is way less sentence than shooting a state trooper. And then they just continue to make stupid mistakes over and over, and they're fighting, and it's just, you can't believe. I'm actually glad these guys aren't real, because I would have been really, really, you hear about stupid criminals in the news all the time, but I really, really am glad. The one thing I was glad to hear, that these guys weren't real. The next thing that really pulled me in was when Marge finds the car at the cabin, and she calls for backup, but doesn't wait for backup. And we're talking she's very pregnant, and these guys are really stupid. So when she was going up to the cabin and I wasn't sure what she was gonna find, I was so nervous that they were gonna Game of Thrones her. I wanted to scream at my TV and just say, Marge, don't go to the cabin alone. Don't do it. Wait for backup. Oh my goodness. It got the blood pumping so much, and I really loved that the movie was able to do that, and that I was so, so in love with and connected to Margie. So 2 quick facts that I learned about this movie is, one, the pregnancy belly that was being worn was a pillow filled with birdseed. So not only did it give it the shape of the pregnancy belly, but it also gave the weight to make it even harder for the actress to walk. The Paul Bunyan statue isn't a real thing. If you go on a road trip or looking for the statue, it was only a prop made for the movie, which kind of made me sad because I've kind of always wanted to go and drive around the States and find like the world's biggest apple or the world's biggest Paul Bunyan statue. Or you always hear about these things in the movies, and I don't know if they're real or not. This one's not real, so don't go looking for it. What we can go looking for is more of my videos. See that segue there? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and we'll see you again next week for a couple more movies. Thank you again so much for watching.